we are talking about the Prime Minister at BRICS. And at BRICS, the Prime Minister did make a lot of important statements as well. Now, in BRICS, when the Prime Minister was speaking about, he actually sold the fact that India is on the verge of becoming a 5 trillion economy, and that when it comes to India, it is important to in fact look at how the opportunities can be leveraged, and at the same time India is giving impetus to BRICS as the voice of the global South. So the Prime Minister is in South Africa, and he's going to in fact also keep an eye on what is happening when it comes to Chandrayaan. But BRICS is a platform for global South is what he says, and he also said that resilient supply chains for world economy must be created at any cost. And let me in fact read out some of the aspects that have come in from the BRICS summit as such. The BRICS grouping has become a platform for discussing the challenges facing the global South. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that before leaving for South Africa, where he is expected to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping for the first time since their brief encounter in G20 Bali summit, the Prime Minister in fact saying that resilient supply chains should be in place, and that when it comes to global South, BRICS could be that platform for it. This time, BRICS has also invitee countries that would be participating in it, probably looking at an expansion of this particular grouping of emerging economies. BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, as well as South Africa, the next series of economies that have played a vital role in the world. And the Prime Minister, of course, at South Africa for this, the Prime Minister also is being welcomed at Johannesburg for the meeting as well. And therefore, it is a packed day for the Prime Minister when it comes to the BRICS meeting as well. So let me in fact go to Pankaj. Pankaj, BRICS meet, we've been all hearing about how BRICS is actually a family which is not at ease with each other, especially India and China on one side, Russia finding it difficult, South Africa put into a difficult position, Brazil, there has been a change when it comes to its government, and therefore the kind of policies that is trying to put out is trying to concentrate more on its Latin American front. But nevertheless, all of them are there together, and now also looking at expansion plans. And there you have Prime Minister Modi in fact coming there and telling that India is on the verge of becoming a 5 trillion economy. India's growth opportunities should be leveraged as such, and at the same time speaking about resilient supply chains, because we have seen how the COVID disruption had technically put spotlight on the supply chain disruption across the world. So probably hinting that there should be multiple points of supply chains, resilient ones that would act in case there is a global emergency like a COVID or anything else. So interestingly enough, a lot of statements coming in from the Prime Minister on this. What is your take about the Prime Minister's reach in BRICS? And of course, there is this political aspect with China that we'll discuss later.
वैश्विक अर्थव्यवस्था में उथल-पुथल के बावजूद भारत आज विश्व की फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग मेजर इकोनॉमी है। जल्द ही भारत $5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बन जाएगा। इस बात में कोई संदेह नहीं कि आने वाले वर्षों में भारत विश्व का ग्रोथ इंजन होगा। ये इसलिए है क्योंकि भारत ने आपदा और मुश्किलों के समय को आर्थिक सुधार के अवसर में परिवर्तित किया। पिछले कुछ वर्षों में हमने मिशन मोड में जो रिफॉर्म्स किए हैं, उनसे भारत में ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस में लगातार बढ़ोतरी हुई है। हमने कंप्लायंस बर्डन को कम किया है, रेड टेप को हटाकर रेड कारपेट बिछा रहे हैं। जीएसटी और इंसॉल्वेंसी एंड बैंक्रप्सी कोड के लागू होने से इन्वेस्टर कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा है। रक्षा और अंतरिक्ष जैसे क्षेत्र जिनको प्रतिबंधित माना जाता था, आज प्राइवेट सेक्टर के लिए खोल दिए गए।
Well, that was the Prime Minister, in fact, speaking about the various aspects of how we will look into the G20 as well, and also on BRICS as well, and also trying to, in fact, lay down the entire issue about India's economy and resilience required in world economies as well. Well, Pankaj, you heard what the Prime Minister had to say at the BRICS summit. Of course, it looks like BRICS becoming the voice of the global south, economic powerhouse. You know, there is an attempt when we look at the BRICS nations to build institutions away from established European US centers or the transatlantic economic centers. It looks like all world institutions tend to fall inside the transatlantic economy and their influence. And here is an attempt to actually break away from that influence. How do you see this?
Well, yes, Varghese, as far as India's stand is concerned, India's role is concerned at BRICS, then certainly it's at a vantage point that the BRICS gathering places India at. But as far as the synergy, the coherence within the member countries is concerned, then they are actually poles apart, and a lot is being left for imagination. A lot is being left for yearly meetings like this. So when they come back to the drawing board once again and rechart and reshape the future course of action, unlike a gathering like G20 for that matter, or smaller gatherings of the nation. BRICS time and again reminds us that yes, the value is very much there, but as far as the global balancing order is concerned, a balanced global order is concerned, that is something that cannot be achieved, with meeting of a couple of days. So for that, obviously, the synergy, the role, and the significance of this body has to have, projected even more. Now, as far as BRICS is concerned, the talks of expansion are also going on, and there are fears that are being put that China would want to bring in certain members, obviously, to increase its clout and coterie, which in turn could actually undermine or shadow the role of India. And as we know that India's relations with the West as of now are at their best. And in this scenario, obviously, India wouldn't want, China to actually have a bigger say rather, or be dominating the proceedings. So because in that scenario, obviously, it would pit, India and China against each other as far as the BRICS is concerned. But one key aspect is there. Secondly, India would also not want to be a stumbling block as far as the expansion is concerned, as far as the bringing in of several other members is concerned, because that, in a way, in a sense, takes or puts India at a different position altogether. So it's a precarious situation as of now, but I'm sure when it comes to interpersonal meetings like this, a lot of things are being ironed out. And as far as BRICS is concerned, I think more than the understanding part, more than the geopolitics of it, I guess a common trade, common travel restrictions should be removed. That if that could be achieved within the BRICS nation, that would be really the first step towards taking and making BRICS a bigger conglomerate of the nations.
Well, of course, I in fact get that part of it, because when you're talking about travel restrictions, that has been one of the aspects that they have been looking at. But then again, each country having their own issues with it as well. But then the Diaspora, Pankaj, has in fact been giving out positive reviews. Diaspora being the strength of our country as well. Wherever they go, they have had success stories. They have built a life and community for themselves, and they have impressed upon their host nations as well as their adopted countries with their achievements. In fact, let's listen to how the Diaspora reacted when the Prime Minister was in South Africa.
Hello, we are very privileged and delighted to know that Mr. Modi ji is going to be here in South Africa and is going to be attending the BRICS summit. India is a superpower. Jai Hind, and good luck.
I'm very super excited to meet Mr. Modi ji. We are so privileged. We got a chance.
Welcome Modi ji to South Africa again. See you. We are waiting for you anxiously.
So happy to be here to see our Prime Minister, meet him over here. Truly privileged. Thank you.
It is an honor indeed to be in the presence of the Prime Minister. He's a wonderful man and my hero. Thank you.
I'd like to congratulate our Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, for coming to South Africa. We are all happy to see him. and I hope we will carry on further relation with them. Thank you very much.
Looking forward, Mr. Modi, and he's a great honor to be. He's in the country, and again, Modi ji make India as a Sone ki chidiya, and it's great proud of us to be honoring him here.
We are very excited to see Prime Minister Modi ji. Jai Hind.
I'm feeling very proud that the Prime Minister is coming to our country.
आप लाखों करोड़ों लोगों के आदर्श हैं, हम आपका स्वागत करते हैं.
We are proud that he is taking India to new heights. So we like to welcome him here. Thank you.
Hello, Namaste India, and we welcome Mr. Modi here. And Jai Hind India, Jai Bharat, Jai Modi. Pranam to sabhi all.
We are really looking forward to meet the Prime Minister of India here, and we are very, very happy with his visit today. And we hope that both the nations can flourish.
We welcome the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi. We're very happy he's coming to South Africa, and may they flourish, South Africa and India together.